Well, hello there. Hello and welcome. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag. I'm glad you took the time to stop by. And, on this channel, we have a library download computer which we use to monitor the conflicts of the year you're from, 2023. We're, of course, in the year 2285, and we're 400 miles above Queens, New York, monitoring transmissions from your time. Now, your video games continue to be confusing to us. So even though we know this is a popular form of recreation, it didn't last much beyond the year 2285. I'm sorry, anywhere near to the year 2285. So we have brought in an expert. We have been monitoring the stream of someone here we really do admire. It's our pal, and it is Cult Classic Cage, who is a YouTuber with 1.38 thousand subscribers. She had 1.37 thousand subscribers when I checked in on this video yesterday to prepare to listen to it. And I've listened to about 85% of it, and then she starts to really get it fired up and emotional, and that's where I'm going to kind of be sort of freshly reacting with you, because I like to keep just the ends of these videos a surprise for both of us so you can get a legitimate reaction from me. So anyway, on the Hogwarts Legacy controversy, we have my, friends of the channel, let's just say, and someone who I enjoy subbing, Cult Classic Cage. And Cult Classic Cage is going to lay down some basic rules about how to be a decent YouTuber inside of the gaming community, and then sort of show the controversy and expose some of the hypocrisy behind this whole Hogwarts thing, where somehow we're going to make one of the richest people in the world sad by depriving them of just a little more money.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show, and today we have to talk about Hogwarts Legacy again, because it's just the gift that keeps on giving
That's right, and in fact, pass the salt.
when it comes to salt. And
We've got plenty.
the big talk right now is that there are some really heinous, malicious individuals on the internet going out of their way to spoil this game for anybody who's indulging in it, that's excited for it, that it really just wants to have fun playing this game. Yeah, these people are desperate for attention.
She's right. This game goes for $80. A lot of people bought it because they want to enjoy it, and, they had the right to. There's nothing directly hateful about the game. The game's not giving anyone a violent directive. And there's a trans character, I believe, in this game. So the point of the matter is, this is the cost of 4 movies. It's already been spent, and your desire is to ruin it for someone else. This is not a way to convince people to rethink their views.
And they're just going around spoiling the game. I tweeted a picture of Hogwarts Legacy, my physical copy, and yeah, there was a clown in my mentions that spoiled the game. Personally, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I didn't really know the characters that are featured in the game, so when they were saying all this nonsense.
Alright, so somebody kind of got in there and was already spreading misinformation through the thread of Cult Classic Cage, who, by the way, is a fan of the Admiral Teag channel and has, approved of us using the last video upload we did, and we can only hope she likes this one as much, because I know my audience finds her based and enjoyable.
I really didn't know what they were talking about. I simply just hid their reply. So yeah, I will be doing that if anybody comes on my page, on my Twitter, or even in my YouTube comments and chooses to spoil the game.
Now, she's being pretty fair here. If you follow her, you're not going to get the game spoiled, although you may see a playthrough, but she's going to let you know before she tells you any privileged information. And that's about as much as we can ask from any YouTuber, especially in the pretty cutthroat world of game reviewing and game online playing. Because let's face it, everyone's doing it, and people are looking for an audience. So, Triple C here, as I like to call our friend and friend of the channel, is just telling it like it is. If you want to be down with my community, don't be ruining it for everyone else. People need to go out of their way to find out these spoilers if that's what they want. And I can't think of this ever happening in, say, something like a movie. And by the way, a pretty based and cool Escape from New York t-shirt on our pal Triple C. You can't really see it that great in the in the thumbnail I made, but I can see here that she's got an amazing Escape from New York movie t-shirt. Looks like it's got Snake Plissken on it. So again, she's right on, and she's got her finger right on the pulse of pop culture.
So just so you know, you don't have to be concerned. If you are playing the game and you don't want to be spoiled, I will do my best to hide all those spoilers, even in this video that I'm making right now.
So again, just basically being fair. This is probably why she's been able to be somewhat successful at YouTube and seems to only be getting more successful, picking up subs by the handfuls, is because, you know what you're going to get with her. If you want to have some insight to the game and not get it spoiled, it seems as though you can trust this YouTuber.
So, yeah, it's getting crazy out here. It continues to be crazy.
This is the part where it really gets good. And since, she did approve of the last video, I'm not going to have to step on her quite as much. I'm going to let her get her points out. And she really gets heated up, but I think for the right reasons. So let's enjoy it together.
And with all these spoilers being out here, garbage, fake, journalism website Kotaku actually kind of goes out of their way to try and justify these spoilers. And yeah, that's just the type of site Kotaku is. So.
Now, for those of you who've been with me from the very beginning or who want to go back and take a look, I took on Richard Newby of The Hollywood Reporter a bunch of times for saying a lot of hateful, uninformed, ignorant, and conveniently untrue things in that publication. Richard Newby, with no college listed on his Twitter last time I looked. Richard Newby, maybe a pen name or a pseudonym. Richard Newby, a Twitter troublemaker. Richard Newby, a tormentor and attacker of Gina Carano. So that's the kind of people we're dealing with here. And Triple C is choosing to go with a more enlightened approach, letting her fans choose what they want and allowing them sort of, shall we say, safe harbor from the people who want to spoil this game.
So I'm just gonna, trash on them, because why not?
This magazine she's going after is part of some kind of publishing conglomerate. They've got more money than her. She's a mere YouTuber, although I think influence might be just about even.
But yes, Kotaku here, and see, I've archived their article. I actually refused to even click on the article.
I gotta give her credit for that, and it's something I hadn't thought of doing. There'll be many instances of me doing the Triple C in the future where I just look at the article and don't click, because you know what? We don't want to reward these people.
To archive it, I right-clicked and just went right to archive.today, because, with them being malicious, I want to be just as malicious to where it counts. And they say Hogwarts Legacy spoilers are all over the internet, as is Harry Potter tradition. The ending of the...
That's messed up to say that it's like the tradition to destroy the ending of the game for other people. Is that so? Let me know in a comment.
Brand new and highly controversial RPG is all over the internet. So, yes. Hogwarts Legacy spoilers are all over the internet right now. They're in the Kotaku Tips inbox. They're in the comments on popular gaming websites.
All right, so everyone basically is allowing this to happen without any sort of regard, and it looks like this game has been, for lack of a better term, fair-gamed because of some wacky tweets that J.K. Rowling said. Now, people are upset about the things that J.K. Rowling has tweeted, but I'm going to read something from Wizarding World that came out, and this was officially attributed to our pal J.K. Rowling, and I'll put the link for this and the amazing video from Cult Classic Cage in my description. But listen to this tweet. This tweet is from January 4th, 2019. Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms. Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves where they stood and vanished the evidence. This has led to speculation of a poop dimension on the EFAP podcast, which is another podcast and a channel that I can recommend without any real reservation. Good movie reviews and a lot of fun to be had there.
It's tweets. They're casually getting scattered everywhere on the web,
Right.
tossing into conversation with reckless abandon. The RPG is mirrored in controversy thanks to Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling's virulent transphobia.
I don't know how virulent it was. It's been a long time since the tweet. I'm not going to bother rereading it. I think it's been deleted. There may be no way to get a first-hand look at what was said. And I'm becoming skeptical of anything that's been reposted. But let's just say she did do something that was offensive to some people. And I guess we could say on the one hand, she just has not really backed off. And her critics have become just progressively embittered because it seems like it was the curse of poor J.K. Rowling to preside over a generation of fans that just could not compromise, and they want that achievement prize, and they don't ever want it tarnished because they read Harry Potter, and they feel like they own it.
And the fact that they will make a fair bit of money in royalty checks with the release of Hogwarts Legacy, and presumably more if the game does well. This is also tied to why you might stumble into spoilers randomly. It's just interesting that they keep...
So again, we're kind of right here. They fair gamed this game to be spoiled.
Keep bringing up the fact that, you know, this IP is J.K. Rowling's creation. J.K. Rowling is one of the few smart individuals that chose to, you know, keep a strong hand on the intellectual property that she created herself.
Ask George Lucas what it's like to have once had that strong of a hand and now see your IP in the hands of others. But I digress. Triple C making a lot of points here, and she's being fairly good as far as journalism goes. She's journalistic in her outlook. I don't know if she had a speech or some bullet notes, but she stays right on point here, better than I ever do. And one of the things that makes transforming her so enjoyable is she also has a Queens accent. I don't think she's from Queens anymore, as the Escape from New York t-shirt would seem to indicate. We don't know where in the world Triple C is, and that's not important. What's important is we have her views right here, right now.
And yeah, it's just interesting they keep bringing up the fact that yes, she will receive royalty checks. She's going to make money from this project. She's already made money from this project even before its release.
This is all true stuff.
And it's just funny that Kotaku themselves are making, you know, tons of money, making article after article talking about this situation. It's almost like they're
setting themselves up to lose, to be honest.
They're promoting J.K. Rowling and benefiting from it themselves as well.
Yes, they are getting a short-term dopamine and cash hit, but it's not probably going to be worth it when the consequences come home to roost, that they have undermined their own cause by setting up these impossible victory conditions, thinking only of today.
Interesting how that works, right? But yet that's completely ethical and moral.
Now we're getting into morality, and I gotta say, the through line here is that if this magazine had the same kind of morality and sense of fair play that Triple C had, we'd all be in a better place.
And they continue, while some people are undoubtedly trolling for no reason, it seems that others are doing it in an attempt to speak out against J.K. Rowling herself. Purchasing the game, they argue, is a signal to studio owners that the Harry Potter trademark can continue raking in money.
It's gonna make money no matter what. The stories are good no matter who wrote them. They say Lewis Carroll was really weird too.
And Rowling can continue to garner attention and loudly speak out against trans people from within a country that is actively legislating against them.
Show me the federal legislation against trans people. I'm sorry that there are states where there are laws that are hurtful to people that are being, legislated, but they're going to be struck down by the Supreme Court, and they're being met with, legal outrage and legal challenges and legal protest. Exercise your right to vote and protest, but boycotting this video game seems to me an empty gesture, most likely orchestrated by people marketing other video games that they'd rather have you buy.
Guys.
Okay, here's the emotion level goes up in like 2 steps, but we get a full-on rant from Triple C, and I love it when she gets there. We're about halfway through her video.
J.K. Rowling is a billionaire. She
Truth.
has an immense amount of money. She has
Truth.
more money than we'll probably ever see in our lifetimes.
Truth.
What are they doing that's going to stop this? You're not going to kill the Harry Potter franchise. I grew up in a generation where Harry Potter was it.
Now, Harry Potter has the kind of popularity that Star Wars wishes it still had.
That was the it thing. There's so many people, you know, that are millennials that, particularly, that are huge Harry Potter fans. They may be absolutely...
And these games have been going strong across several different platforms through console wars and everything else. I mean, Harry Potter making money for a long time.
You know, they may be on all sides of the spectrum politically. A lot of them are left-leaning from what I've come across in my personal life, which is...
And she's right. I mean, there's a lot of left-leaning people and right-leaning people who like Tolkien as well. There's not a huge difference in the audience either, except maybe age.
Which is completely fine. It's your choice. But, yeah, like, these are just fans of this property.
And I'm not equating Tolkien to J.K. Rowling. I mean, both authors have a huge amount of fans, and there is some overlap in the fans in the genre. Let's just be clear on that. Don't send me any hate mail saying that I equated these people. Clearly, J.K. Rowling is really more of a young adult and child's author, something that really didn't exist when Tolkien was around. And you could argue the only true young adult book Tolkien wrote really is The Hobbit, because that is written for like a smart fourth grader of the mid-20th century, or a smart middle schooler now, because we just don't teach people as much as we used to.
They will continue to be fans. Kotaku continues, and while arguing about the ethics of spoilers is definitely something that you could do, it's also important to consider why people are doing this.
Exactly. Now we're getting to the heart of the matter, and you can see we're at the second stage of emotion here for Triple C. She's getting a little annoyed.
Hogwarts Legacy is the most popular game on Twitch right now, and its sales are clearly very good. Yes. Yes, they are. The people who are hurt by the actions and words of J.K. Rowling and other trans-exclusionary radical feminists and transphobes naturally feel helpless and frustrated, especially when there was no statement against Rowling's rhetoric from WDB Games, Portkey Games, or Avalanche Software. Guys.
These people have nothing to say because they just made a bunch of money.
They literally just said there's no statement from Warner Brothers, Portkey, or Avalanche Software. Now, first off, it's worth noting that they are not responsible for anything J.K. Rowling tweets or anything that comes out of her mouth.
Right. Absolutely right.
She is her own individual. But there's a literal trans fucking character in Hogwarts Legacy. What are you fucking talking about when you say that, oh, there's no statement against Rowling's rhetoric? It's literally right there. All you have to do is play the fucking game or pay attention. But these people are just so self-absorbed.
Here comes her. Just she's emotional now, and this is pretty organic, and she's fed up with people thread bombing her and trying to spoil this game on her thread.
They don't even care about the statement. These individuals that are going out of their way to be malicious with intent, they are creating more disdain for allies and both trans individuals alike.
Now we're about to get to level 3.
They are creating it themselves. They are creating the very hatred that they claim to be fighting against by doing stuff like this. There's so many people that I've seen that have never ever said anything bad about trans folks or the trans movement, whatever have you, that said, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, and they...
So, tarring everyone with the same filthy brush is simply uniting people against you seems to be the point of this.
We feel the disdain that you guys have towards people that just want to play a video game. You are creating the hatred that you claim to be fighting against.
I have to fully agree with and endorse this.
And you could continue to do this if you want to, but you're creating the problem. Just remember that. You are doing far more damage than J.K. Rowling, in my opinion, has ever done with any of her fucking tweets. Whether you agree...
That seems to make sense to me. I mean, we just read the tweet about the wizard poop, so I mean, consider the source sometimes. J.K. Rowling might just be a crazy old rich lady.
If the tweets or not, you are causing more damage than her bullshit ass tweets. And I don't even like J.K. Rowling. She's the most annoying fucking feminist. She's the typical white feminist bitch.
I gotta agree. I mean, I don't disagree with her, but she is annoying.
Let us continue. The rampant spoilers of Hogwarts Legacy does, in a way, keep up with the Harry Potter tradition. Those of us who were in the target age group when the books were still releasing will remember the infamous 2005, I'm going to skip over that, spoiler trend where people...
So she's skipping spoilers even here in the article.
People waited outside bookstores across the United States on the night of the Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince book release and shouted the ending at people who had picked up the book.
You know, the world changed kind of fast. If you're only like 20 or younger, you may not know that people used to have to camp out and wait for these physical copies, and would for like 2-3 days. Springsteen tickets and Stones tickets too.
Look, they're like Kotaku's actually going out of their way to try and justify this blatant malicious intent. At the
She seems to have a good point.
end of the day, it's just a video game getting spoiled. But these individuals will do anything in their power to make you hate them, to make you regret this purchase. The fact that you chose to not adhere to authoritarianism,
She's right. This is what it is. And now she's kind of cycled back down to the, she's a little less annoyed because she's made her point. But, you know, good rant. Good rant and right on.
you just want to play a video game, and just because a lot of these people that are telling you that you're not allowed to like or play or engage in this video game, and you chose to ignore that, to live your life the way that you want to, with no malicious intent, just simply to live your life, and they want you to suffer.
They are trying to exact a toll on people for buying a video game.
This is far more problematic to the trans movement than J.K. Rowling ever was.
You know, this is a gamer talking from their heart.
But yeah, guys, if you can like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel.
You can do the same things for me, but I'm turning on my notification bell for Triple C because I need to get a little more of this firsthand. She is a very, very cool person who has a very cool outlook. She starts out by being fair and turning her back on a possible financial gain, and then she lays down her basically, you know, her philosophy on how she's going to go forward with this game, and then she just flames the losers who'd have us all feel bad about enjoying it.
Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Follow me over on Twitch or Twitter if you want to continue the conversation. And guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Well, that's our pal, Colt Classic Cage. She's one base individual. She's got a real Queen's accent. She's got a great Escape from New York t-shirt. And we love hanging out and learning from basically our gaming guru. We have been intercepting signals from your time period for some time now due to distortions in time waves. As far as we can figure out, you're all in timeline B. We're trying to get you back to timeline A. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag. If you could like or follow this video, maybe leave a comment about what you think, you'd really be helping me out and help advance the cause of this fleet's mission to save pop culture from the woke weirdos who would tell us how to live. You're allowed to enjoy the video game. I give you permission. So does Triple C. Links in description. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag, signing off.